Theodore Roosevelt once said, "Do what you can, with what you have, where you are." This profound statement encapsulates a truth that we often overlook in our quest for success and fulfillment. It underscores the power of personal choice and self-determination. You see, the most significant and influential factor in your life is you. It's not the circumstances you're in, nor the resources at your disposal. It's the choices you make, the attitude you adopt, and the perseverance you exhibit. This, my friends, is the power within you, a power that is fueled by your motivation and determination. Motivation is an internal force. It's not something that comes from outside. It's not something that someone else can give you. It's a fire that burns within you, a force that propels you towards your goals. It's the driving force behind every success story, the spark that ignites the fire of ambition. But how do we summon this force at will? It begins with setting personal goals. Goals that resonate with your passions and values. Goals that challenge you, that push you to grow and evolve. Goals that are so compelling, they pull you towards them like a magnet. And once you've set these goals, you need to pursue them relentlessly. Because as the saying goes, a goal without a plan is just a wish. So plan your steps, strategize your moves, and take consistent action. Every day, every moment is an opportunity to move closer to your dreams, yet it's not always going to be smooth sailing. There will be obstacles, setbacks, and failures. But remember, these are not roadblocks, they're merely detours. They're opportunities for learning and growth. They're stepping stones on your path to success. So harness the power within you, make conscious choices, set compelling goals, and pursue them with unrelenting determination. Because, as Theodore Roosevelt so wisely put it, do what you can, with what you have, where you are. Remember, motivation is not something you find, it's something you create. Now that we understand we hold the power, how do we ignite the spark of motivation within us? Well, it all starts with setting clear and achievable goals. Imagine you're setting off on a journey with no destination in mind. You might wander aimlessly, and the chances of feeling fulfilled or satisfied with your progress are slim. It's akin to sailing a ship without a compass. You'll drift aimlessly. So set your compass, define your goals, make them as clear as a crystal and as achievable as the sunrise. And once you have these goals, break them down. Large tasks can be intimidating, like a mountain range standing between you and your destination. But remember, even the most daunting mountain ranges are made up of individual peaks. Break down your large tasks into smaller, manageable ones. Each peak scaled brings you one step closer to your ultimate goal. Now let's talk about celebrating small victories. Each small victory is a milestone on your journey, a sign that you're making progress. Celebrate these victories no matter how small. They're the proof that you're moving forward, that you're one step closer to your end goal. These celebrations fuel your motivation. They're the kindling that keeps the fire of motivation burning brightly. But what about the voice inside your head? The one that sometimes whispers doubts and uncertainties. The role of positive self-talk in maintaining motivation is pivotal. Banish the negative whispers, replace them with positive affirmations. Tell yourself you can do it, because guess what? You absolutely can. Positive self-talk is like the wind under your wings. It lifts you up and propels you forward. So, let's recap. To fuel the fire of motivation within you, set clear and achievable goals. Break down large tasks into smaller ones. Celebrate small victories, and engage in positive self-talk. Remember, your motivation is a fire within you, and like any fire, it needs continuous fuel to keep it burning. Motivation is like a fire. Once it's ignited, it needs continuous fueling to keep it burning. Not everything is a smooth sail. There are motivation killers lurking around. Do you know what they are? We all face them, those insidious motivation killers that can sneak up on us when we least expect it. They creep in, casting a shadow over our goals, ambitions, and dreams. But what exactly are they? Let's delve into 3 of the most common ones. First, there's the fear of failure. It's a paralyzing force that can keep us rooted in one spot, preventing us from taking that leap towards our dreams. But what if we reframe our perspective? What if we see failure not as a dead end, but as a stepping stone? After all, every mistake made is a lesson learned. If we embrace failure, we allow ourselves to grow and evolve. So whenever you feel the fear of failure creeping in, remember that it's not the end of the world, but the beginning of a new learning opportunity. Next, we have the notorious procrastination, the art of putting off until tomorrow what can be done today. It's a silent killer of motivation, slowly chipping away at our productivity and resolve. But here's the good news, you can overcome it. Time management techniques like breaking down tasks into manageable chunks, setting realistic goals, and setting aside dedicated time for work can be your secret weapons in the battle against procrastination. And finally, we come across negativity. It's like a dark cloud that looms over us, draining our energy and enthusiasm. But we have the power to dispel this cloud by maintaining a positive mindset, by focusing on our strengths rather than our weaknesses. By celebrating our small victories, we can keep negativity at bay. So there you have it. Fear of failure, procrastination, and negativity, these are your common motivation killers. But remember, they are not undefeatable. You have the tools to overcome them. You have the power to keep your motivation alive and burning. Remember, every obstacle is a stepping stone to success. Knowing the strategies is one thing, applying them is another. Are you ready to take the plunge? We've discussed the power within you, how to fuel your motivational fire, and how to overcome the motivation killers. But now, it's time to roll up your sleeves and get to work. You see, knowing these strategies is like having a map. It can show you the way, but unless you start walking, you won't get anywhere. So, let's start applying these strategies, one step at a time. Firstly, consistency is key. The same way a river cuts through a mountain, not through its power, but its persistence, we too can achieve our goals through consistent effort. It's not about making huge leaps forward, but about taking small, consistent steps towards our goals. Think about it. If you were to improve by just 1% every day, by the end of the year, you'd be 37 times better than you were at the start. That's the power of consistency. But consistency alone won't cut it. You also need perseverance. You see, the path to your goals won't be a straight line. There will be bumps, turns, and detours. But you need to keep going. Remember, it's not about how fast you go, but that you do not stop. Remember the story of the tortoise and the hare? The tortoise, slow and steady, persevered and won the race. That's the power of perseverance. So, start today. Take that first small step towards your goal, and then take another step tomorrow and the day after. Keep going, no matter how slow you feel you're moving, because progress is progress no matter how small. Finally, remember this. Motivation is not a one-time event. It's a daily commitment. It's about waking up each day and choosing to take that step towards your goal. So, make that commitment today. And then, make it again tomorrow. Because, in the end, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And the journey starts with a single step. Motivation is not a one-time event, it's a daily commitment. Success is not a destination, it is a journey. And motivation is the vehicle that drives you to your destination. Let's take a moment to reflect on the road we've traveled so far in this video. We began by exploring the immense power within us, the innate potential that lies dormant, waiting to be awakened. This power is not exclusive. It resides in each one of us, ready to propel us towards our goals, our dreams, our success. Next, we stoked the fire of motivation. We learned that motivation is not a fleeting sentiment but a consistent flame that needs constant fueling. We saw how our beliefs, our passions, our desires can serve as potent fuel for this fire. We understood that motivation is not external. It is a fire that burns brightly within us. We then tackled the motivation killers, the obstacles that threaten to extinguish our fire. Fear, procrastination, self-doubt, these are common enemies we all face. But they are not unconquerable. We learned strategies to overcome them, to keep our fire burning, to keep our motivation alive. After that, we delved into the application of motivation strategies. We discovered that motivation is not static. It needs to be applied, to be put into action. We learned how to harness our motivation, how to direct it towards our goals. We saw that motivation is not just about having the drive, but also knowing how to use it effectively. Now, we stand at the threshold of success. It's not a finish line to be crossed, but a road to be traveled. It's not about reaching a point, but about continuing the journey. And this journey is fueled by motivation, driven by our inner power, guided by our strategies, and unimpeded by motivation killers. Remember, success is not a destination, it's a journey. And every step you take on this journey, every obstacle you overcome, every goal you achieve, brings you closer to your version of success. As Albert Einstein said, life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving, keep striving, keep achieving.